Come on. And we're live. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can't hear me in the chat. But footy's back. I'm excited. Hopefully everyone's excited. I think Joe will be showing up soon. And, yeah, it's a bit of a drive home with everybody who's here. Let me know in the chat how everyone's going. I love it. What's up, Shannon? How you doing? Oh, how good does it feel to have footy back? It's just it's been a short 3 or 4 months, I have to say. I think with AFLW kind of taking a bit of the gap between end of September and the regular season, it hasn't felt that short, especially when you've jumped on things like AFLW and things like that. So for me, it's not been so bad. You know, you go through and then Christmas is there and then the draft and the trade period, and the really only dead time is between probably December and then maybe up until about February or so. So what's that, 2.5 months? Of course, us in Supercoach land, basically Supercoach opens a lot earlier. So, yeah, it's kind of just been footy season all year. I know with Joe, you know, it's good to take some time off and things like that, and same for myself as well. But, yeah, I'm excited. First game of the real season, first game of what really matters in Supercoach, even though obviously it doesn't matter too much scoring-wise. But, yeah, Jimmy Webster as a pod G-Money looks good. Get him in your team. I heard Taron Thomas and a few other players are great pods too. So, yeah, I mean, like, no one else will own them, so, you know, it's probably a good pick. There you go. Who's excited for the games this weekend? Let me know down in the chat. Yep, exactly. Very, very interesting today to see if Roberts gets in. I know Joe and I have talked about him at length over the last couple of pods and things like that. Just like Roberts looks good, but Rampy and Lloyd are still there to come into the side, and he really might get pushed out. There is some movement down at the Swans, obviously, with Parker and Mills and a few other players not playing. So potentially there's some space for someone like a Roberts to come in. If the guy is good enough, I'm a big advocate of, if he's good enough, he'll play. So let's see how that works. Yeah, Roberts the sub. Well, there you go. So he probably tanks in scoring and tanks in our teams then if Roberts is the sub, as David says in the chat. And then, yeah, Taylor Adams is injured too. But there's a lot of good players down at the Swans who can really come in and actually play those positions, though. So that's the tricky thing. They've got such good talent down there. It was very surprising for me last year that the Swans only just made finals, because of just how many good kids they've got running through the positions. And here's number 2, Joe. How you doing, mate? How was work? Welcome to the first true episode of The Ride Home. Surprisingly, though, we're not actually driving home. We're driving somewhere else. Oh, I can't hear you if you're talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can I
hear
be
you
heard?
now. Yeah.
G'day, everybody. You're doing well for this first iteration of the drive home in 2024. I hope you guys having a good one. We're off to Fancast to record our first for this season. So make sure you guys head on over to Fancast as well and chuck us a sub there as well. Hope you're doing very well. Velo, am I still freezing or am I better now? Please let me know in the comments.
50-50.
50-50.
It's all right.
Sometimes maybe shit, but it is.
Yeah. You know what's never shit is the quality of our thumbnails. I had a bit of a laugh at how good I did this one today. I tell you what, having to chop like 8 different photos together to be able to make a thumbnail is not the easiest thing to do these days. Hopefully you guys liked it as much as what I did, because, yeah, it was a bit of fun trying to do that on an old laptop at work today.
You're a very funny man, Jay.
During my lunch break. I wasn't doing it during work time.
Good. just like Essendon crapping the bed. Oh, love it, Velo. Always great for some banter. What happened to Aaron Francis at the Swans? Asks David. Man, Aaron Francis was always going to be depth and nothing more than depth. Oh, thanks for letting me go through, man. Much appreciated. He was always going to be depth. He wasn't best 22 for our team, and he made his way across to the Swans. They picked him up for nothing, so he wasn't expected to be a gun for him. He's just a role, and that's what he is. He's just a role player. He's never going to be really Supercoach relevant. I know Matt Roberts is someone a lot of people were hoping can be really good, and a lot of us have him on our benches, but like we said in the game review, when you have people like Dane Ramsey, people like Seagull Lloyd not playing, it's always going to be hard to maintain that role of half. I and from what I can sort of seen somewhere, someone's commented before that he is going to be the sub. So there you go. That's exactly what we feared.
And then with Will Gould being there as well, Supercoach royalty.
Will Gould.
Yeah, I know he's been delisted. That was the joke. But yeah, there's so much competition at that Swans team. Excuse me. It's just too good. One thing I didn't like was the fact that Dusty Martin's not playing round 0, which is a bit sad, to be honest. I would have loved for him to play round 0 and him and Hardwick to battle it out, but it was almost like it was a bit pre-planned that he wasn't going to show up to this weekend's game.
Nah, he loves Dimmer too much. He can't play against Dimmer. He loves him too much. Luke, how's it going? Good to see you, Lukey. Jack Silvani is injured. Yeah. G'day, Jono. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Williams at D5. Williams at D5 is, it's good, actually. I think that seems to be standard, correct. Four premium mids, Williams at D5, and then a rookie, whether it be Gibcus, Caulfield, Reed, at D6. That's actually quite common, Jono, but it seems to be the meta play. Roberts isn't the sub. Who's the sub? Someone's clearly pulling our legs here. Harold Sun reported that last night the sub can be nominated from any of the 23 players named. If true, I don't like it, Steve. That's exactly, yeah. Love your pre-seasons. Thanks, Kasa. Shannon reckons Sydney wins by 27. That's not too bad. That's a very comfortable win. Jeez, 27 points.
Good way to start the season. You'd love that. I can't see that happening. You'd love that percentage. It's going to be interesting how much time the likes of Oliver plays today, because coming basically off half a preseason game, and then I'm not even sure if he played the second preseason game or played much of it. So yeah, he's just come. Yep, I'm great. Round 1, I'm in the team. So yeah, well, we'll see what happens there.
Sydney Demons by 22, says Uncle Akka. Travis saying that apparently Billings could be substituted. Oh, that would be. I think you're just pulling our legs. I'm a firm believer, Legend 24 in the revenge arc. Going to serve Grundy up on a platter tonight, 150 plus. Very good. I'm actually with you, G Money. I think in a pure battle of ruckman, when it's mano a mano, I honestly reckon Grundy himself isn't the best tap ruckman. He's definitely better used as an extra midfielder around the ground. I can totally see Gawn winning the ruck battle decisively tonight, I think, and even pushing forward, hitting the scoreboard at the smaller SCG. I actually have Melbourne winning this game, not by much. I've got Melbourne by 8 points at the moment, because I just think Melbourne's midfield is going to be stronger than Sydney's midfield without Parker, Mills, Adams. I think these are 3 pretty big outs from the Sydney midfield. Of course, they have others, But when you compare it to Melbourne, who appear to be coming in full strength with their midfield, plus Gorn, I reckon, plus the skinnier SCG, I think suits Melbourne's defensive structure better. So yeah, I'm gonna lean with Melbourne by 8 points this week. What do you reckon, Big J? Guess not. Do VC and C count this round, Goomba? No, they don't. The season doesn't actually start officially today in terms of scoring. Only the points, only the dollars of the break even. That's the only one that counts. So you can watch this week clear as day without any pressure or stress. David, Brisbane to cover the line against Carlton. Yeah, could. Without Wiedering, without Walsh, those are two massive outs for Carlton, playing at home as well, which obviously suits Brisbane. So, yeah, I reckon Brisbane win that fairly comfortably, especially if they want to win the flag this year. These are those statement games that they have to win. I see Brisbane winning by 5+ goals against us, unfortunately. Yeah, Velo, it sucks. It sucks, man. But it really could. It kicks off next Thursday night. Correct. The official games, the official scoring kicks off next Thursday night. So right now you can watch the games. Keep your close eyes on all of those round zero players that you have on your watch list. So people like Flanders, people like James Jordan, Errol Goulden, Nick Dacos, all these round zero players, all the Melbourne boys, all the Gold Coast boys. You can even look at the Brisbane players as well. Is Kitty Coleman legitimately the real deal? Like you guys have been trying to convince me all pre-season. So there's a bunch of players from these clubs that are really relevant at the moment that you have to keep a close eye on. Not so much the scoring, definitely the roles, because this is no longer a practice game. It's now the official season. Big Tommy, need the footy right now. Absolutely. Absolutely, we're into footy right now. I haven't heard Big J in a while, so if you guys could comment, let me know. Can you hear me? Am I audible, or is Big J missing? Please let me know if there are any technical issues. Close line Buderick to see. Yeah, 100% Velo, 100%. Buderick's also another one. I've sort of already put the line through him based on what we saw in that practice game. So that makes things really tough. But again, yeah, doesn't hurt to have another free look at him. I hear you, says Shannon. Can hear you, Big J on holiday. All right, good. No Big J speaking. All right, cool. So as long as you can hear me, that's very important. Sorry, Jez. I'm just kidding, mate. G Money. Thanks, guys, for letting me know as well. Really appreciate it. Is Bonner a chance to earn enough cash to flip? Look, G Money, I know the Skodfather's really big on him. Abs, the Supercoach Godfather, is really big on Bonner. Now, he's priced at $280K, which isn't a lot of money, all right? But at the same, and he's got the role, by the looks of things, playing off halfback. Now, I've spoken with the Saints TV boys, Jake in particular, from Saints TV, and he genuinely believes that Riley Bonner is going to keep his spot playing off halfback, and that Sinclair is more likely to play midfield coming into this season. So if he can maintain that role, obviously he's a massive chance of making the money. He doesn't need too much in order to make us his cash. Now, at the same time, our good friend Anthony Caminiti, who actually plays for the Saints, he has in messages said that, now you might not have heard this from us, right? But in messages were that Winhager is actually now playing off halfback in the training. Now, Winhager was penciled to play more on the ball in this season, but he's now moved to halfback in practice. So does that mean now that all of a sudden he might be more worthwhile? I don't know. does that eat into Bonner, who has to share with the likes of, obviously, there's Nazai Wang and Millerer, there's Stocker. So there's a bunch of people as well that are now sharing the load of half-back. So for me, I'm not going to go Bonner, long story short. I'm happy to watch first. And if I see in the first 2 weeks that the guy's popping off, then I'm happy to make the adjustment and get him in my side before his price changes. I have Bonner in my side, his price with Webster and how. Yeah, that's true, Velo. The changes and the outs due to injury definitely help him for sure. No red shirts. How's it going, Yaron? With the seatbelt, Don's waist strip. Yeah, exactly. No, I need to spend more. I need to save more money to get myself a red seatbelt to get a nice little sports car. Tonight we get to see if, what's this? Who can finish a book but not a sentence? Goomba. Who can finish a book but not a sentence? I don't even know. I'm too busy trying to drive whilst not causing a crash here to have riddles. Travis, tonight we get to see if Grundy's are 2 or Jackson will be. True, Trav. The thing with Jackson, far out, man. Luke Jackson, that news, we were at Fox Footy Studios when the news broke out about Darcy going to be out with the arthroscope. And I've said this off air, but I think that Sean Darcy has to be out for at least around 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, in order for it to be worth it, in my opinion. Because, yes, he averages amazing. Luke Jackson averages incredibly well without Darcy in the side. That is correct. The problem is that if he's earmarked, like he has been now, we've got more information. Apparently 4 weeks is all that they expect for Sean Darcy to be missing. So if those 4 weeks, that's basically the week after one price rise. Now, I don't really want to blow up my team. Now, so Luke Jackson's very expensive, right? He's not cheap. He's a very expensive forward. And I don't necessarily want to pay up that much for 4 good weeks of scores and then all of a sudden almost be a forced trade out. 7 News Perth reporting 8 weeks, Colin. Wow. Holy smokes. If it's 8 weeks, then we got to get him in. If it's 8 weeks that Sean Darcy is out for, then we have to get him in. For me, my cutoff was 6 weeks. I needed him out. Holy crap. If it's 8 weeks, oh my God, then we might have to get him in. Absolutely. If that's the case, getting the opposite from cold feet on Botter's hot feet. Yes, Luke, you get the hot feet. My bad, drive safe. Thanks, Goomba. Appreciate it. Fan cams happening. Haven't sussed that out just yet with Big J just yet, Shannon. But it depends a bit on our schedules as well. See if plus it would be nice, if more people come on. I thought there were a few times last year where we did the fan cams, but not too many people came on. I think if we can get some more participation and we can tell that there's likely to be more people get on for those things, feel comfortable getting in front of a camera, et cetera, then yeah, we might do it again. But we took out a lot of time last year for it, but didn't eventuate as much as we hoped it would.
What's up, guys? Sorry about that. My phone shit the bed, and we'll see how long it lasts for now.
He's back. He's back.
We'll see. I can't guarantee anything, but I'd rather have maps open because I'm going to a new location than StreamYard, unfortunately. So,
yeah, fair enough. Yaron, don't pick anyone who wasn't in your radar that pumped out a big score in the Pracky games unless you're like 100%, Yaron, 100%. That's what I've been sort of preaching throughout this entire pre-season in terms of you got to do your own research and you have to back in your own research, and it can be very easy to be sucked in to various performances in practice games that don't end up eventuating when the regular season starts. So always big on staying true to yourself and backing yourself. Don't just be overreactionary to things that you see. I know I fell victim to that last year, and that's sort of that was one of my biggest takeaways, and why I still have LDU, and that's why I still have LDU in my team, even though he didn't dominate. He didn't dominate last year. He scored 50 in that practice game last year, and he started off with 2 150s in a row.
Yeah. I said the same thing on Pommy's live stream the other day. We did something for all his members on the channel, and it was basically the same thing. We use the preseason to confirm what we hear at training versus just this kind of rookie or player comes out of nowhere, because especially during the preseason, there's so many players who get rested or things like that. Some premiums only play half a game and whatnot. And then it's like, well, cool, I can't even judge what's happening. So, Cooper Simpson goes massive because half the Freo midfield's not there, but he only plays 10% game time. It's like, how can you pick this player? I mean, that's not what happened, but just as an example, right? So, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing.
Look, yeah, Jackson's only 60K more than Grundy. Yes, that's correct. I love it how you say only 60K more than Grundy. I want, based on the news, the report that came out with the interview with John Longmire saying that he's really excited to see Grundy have a lot of minutes in the ruck and playing others forward. Me hearing that was really exciting. That to me meant that that means that yes, he's going to be giving bulk CBAs to Grundy. Grundy's going to be the main ruck, the solo ruck over there. They didn't name Laddams in the side, which is awesome. He's only an emergency. So that is really awesome. I'm really bullish now on a solo rucking Grundy at that price is ridiculous. For 480K, that is ridiculous to have a solo ruck of that caliber. I'd much rather have Jackson in my forward line and then have maybe a Livingston loophole at R3 that I can then use as a loop, and then sort of have Jackson cover in the ruck during the Melbourne bye round or the Sydney bye round, whatever it may be, because it looks like Naismith might not have the run that we think that we hoped he would have. It seems like Nankervis is training really well. There was footage of him in the training just today, and he looked really good. He played in all of the matches, and he was moving freely. So it doesn't look like Naismith is going to get that run, and as a result, I'm more likely to lean with the loophole option of Livingston, and then I can do my VC and see, as well as potentially if Darcy is out for more than 4 weeks. Like you guys were saying, what was it, Colin? You were saying 8 weeks potentially. If that's the case, then obviously I'm going to have Jackson in my forward line. There's no doubt about it.
Smart move, Joe. Smart move.
Genius by LDU not bothering in such atrocious windy conditions. 100%, Yaron. 100%. And it's so good because his ownership, I think he was almost close to 20%. Or around 20% ownership in the preseason. And then after that practice game, he's now dropped to under 10%, which is amazing. It is so good that he is genuinely going to be a point of difference this year. After everyone was on him in the preseason, they're back in there, they do their research, they know this guy is probably going to be a top 8 mid, and all of a sudden they all start fading him because of a practice game, which means absolutely nothing. And that's awesome. That's exactly what we want to see. The less people that have these gun mids that we think are good price, the better it is for us. So 100%, Yaron, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think the same thing too. And Joe and I have spoken about maybe on Tuesday when we went down to the Supercoach launch party, which was pretty amazing. But North Melbourne, look at their injuries, right? Simkin just got injured. Wardlaw was being managed, like a few of these other guys. Imagine if LDU went massive and actually tried and then got injured. Like, how stuffed would North Melbourne be? So, maybe the coaches and everyone said, just play the game, don't worry about the score or the stats or anything, and just keep going. If that was the directive, which I can totally see it happening, cool. Well, we've got this ultra pod that no one's picked because he decided to basically have the day off because half the team got injured. We're set come round 1.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. Look at how we played against St Kilda the week before. We looked absolutely pedestrian. You wouldn't pick anybody from our side based on that. No. And now all of a sudden after the second game, you look, we've got, some people have Darcy Parish, a lot of people have Nick Martin, a lot of people have Zach Reid. It's all, the reactions. The reactions are incredible. So just you got to back yourself in, guys. Every week there's going to be a new flavor of the week. So, but as long as you back in yourself, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think
Especially
Dane
over
Swan is a great practice. Exactly, Yaron. Exactly. That means Dane Swan was never a premium. No one would have ever picked Dane Swan back in those days. G Money, worried about all the Roo players that might take points off each other. LDU, Wardlaw, McKercher, Lazaro, Fisher. And remember, North won't win many games. Hopefully worried for nothing.
You got to just be careful of where the players play. Like, LDU's not taking points off McKercher if McKercher's in the back line and LDU's in the middle, right? Fisher and Sheasel are probably going to share a little bit, and that's where we saw McKercher's drop in points and possessions in that game against St Kilda. So, yeah, a few of those players might take each other points off, but I don't see like a Lazaro affecting McKercher, for example, and things like that. Just because they'll pass to each other, they won't be aiming for the same ball at the same time. Like, I've seen some teams with 7 North Melbourne players. It's crazy.
And I know I think it's fair consensus that we don't think North Melbourne are going to be, world beaters. They're going to be all right, but they're not going to, win more games than they're going to lose. So if they're going to lose more, then that means that they're going to concede more, which means the ball's going to be in the back line more, which means that the players in the back line are going to get more points than the players in the forward line. So, and they're going to share the ball around. We're not picking North Melbourne forwards, are we? We're picking North Melbourne defenders and mids because obviously if you're around the ball, you have more of a chance of getting it and more chance of getting points. Plus, if there are more goals being kicked on you, that means there are more centre bounces, which means more opportunities for those centre bounce attending midfielders to get the ball as well. So the people like your LDUs, for example, who are the prime centre bounce attendance players, if there's more goals being kicked on them, then the ball keeps getting sent back to the middle, which means more opportunities for LDU. So that's it's beneficial for these select players. We're not telling you to go pick Nick Larkey. We're not telling you to go pick Curtis Taylor and things like that, or Zerha. We're telling you to pick the defenders and the mids because they're the ones who are going to get the most supply. Thoughts on Lizard or Rivers as pods? Mate, I had the Lizard for a little bit, and the Lizard actually cost me the money for the weekly a couple of years ago. But I love the Lizard. The Lizard's great. Would I have him in my team though? No. As soon as Lloyd the Seagull is out of the picture, then yes, Lizard is first in my team. But as long as the Seagull, that is Jake Lloyd, exists, they are both eating into each other. So I will never go Lizard as long as he's around. Rivers, I've said this all pre-season, Velo. I worry that Rivers is a great player. Don't get me wrong. Rivers is awesome. But the thing with Rivers is that for him to be genuinely worthwhile, he'd have to get a lot more time in the CBAs. But I don't think he will do that because I think they prefer Sparrow. So what I've been saying all pre-season long, that I think Sparrow is going to be the big obstacle in Rivers' way to get the points. Especially, that's what we were hoping, that Rivers could be the guy with Clayton Oliver out. But Clayton Oliver's been named. So Clayton Oliver's come into the picture, and now I think both Rivers and Sparrow are both no good. So I wouldn't go with Rivers either, Velo. I think they're definitely pods because they're probably not worth selecting. That's why they're very low ownership. West Coast equals rule. How's it going? Looking good, Medium J. Oh, cheers, man. Much appreciated. The sun's very strong. Very hard to see. Travis, it's a shame we can't get a free look at LDU. Imagine he gets a 35 and run. Mate, if he gets a 35 and run one, I have the biggest egg on my face, Travis. Don't you worry about it. But I honestly believe that he's a great footballer. good footballers don't become shit overnight. I like to say that. Good footballers don't become shit overnight unless, of course, they're injured. So he hasn't had an interrupted preseason. He's trained the whole time, and that's the big reason why I still have him in my team as well. The guy is certainly capable of doing really well. He showed in the past last year what sort of scoring he can give us, even in big losses. So I'm on LDU, my friend, and I'm actually happy that he did bad because it means that less people are on him, which means that I will be among the few who will enjoy his jump up. Luke, I have both Butters and LDU, so rather than putting the greater sign, I'll put the equal sign for that one. Jackson a lock now that Darcy is out. I have to wait on. I need confirmation of how long he's out for. If it's 4 weeks, I don't think it's worth it. I honestly don't think it's worth it. If he averages 80 points with Darcy in the side, I might as well just start Lazaro. Like, holy crap, that guy just drove over the grass on the freeway. But yeah, I digress. So why would I don't know, like, he's not a cheap guy. Yeah, he might go 120 in those first 4 weeks, but he's then gonna go 80 for the rest of the year. So for me, I'm not a big fan of not a big fan of him as a selection at the moment. If Darcy is out for more than 4, if Darcy's out for 6 to 8 weeks, if Darcy's out for, then freaking yes, get him in and lock him in. But if it's only for the 4, then I can't say. I just don't feel it. Jesus Christ, he's back.
Big JC, sorry, I was parked. My phone kept overheating. Nah, not going to happen. I've parked in if anyone can advise me, I've parked in a P10, but it's 8 till 6, and obviously it's past 6. So, yeah, I should be okay. I should be fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Golden and Dacos easily. Sam Byers. Yeah, that buy is going to really, really tough causer if you have Jordan in there as well. But I don't think it's necessarily too bad if you've got someone like a Darcy Wilson in your forward line to cover for Jordan. I think Darcy Wilson will be a very serviceable cover. Yes. In your midfield, if you have Golden, then I think Jai Clark will be very serviceable as cover in the midfield. And if you have Dacos in the back line, you know, any of Reed, Gibcus, Pink, Caulfield, you know, Phillips, you've got options there to cover. But I think your main concerns, the midfield and the forward line, you have very servicing rookies there.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. There's a lot of good players.
Yeah, 100%. We can't fit them all, is the crazy thing this year. Petrarca will most likely not get DPP this year, unfortunately.
No, I don't know. We'll see.
He could.
It's a long season.
He could.
It's a long season.
If Clary stays fit, plays every game, and their forward line struggles to hit the scoreboard, then you never know. He might start half forward and then come up to the stoppage. So never say never, legend. Legends never die, right? Lukey, what mids do you have over 550k?
Didn't Justin Bieber say never, or was that someone else?
I hope I'm not quoting Justin Bieber now. If I'm quoting Justin Bieber, I'm freaking psycho.
I think you did.
Forget about Supercoach. What a weird way to get a ticket. Hey, it's hands-free. 12 hoops. It's hands-free. It's all on the Bluetooth, and I'm not using it in my hands. It's as if I'm looking at a screen here, looking at Google Maps. So don't dob me in 12 hoops. I'm doing this for you, mate. If I cop a ticket, I'm sending it your way. Is all I'll say.
The hoop.
Flip him as soon as Darcy comes back. West Coast Eagles rule: if Darcy's back in 4 weeks, it means I'm flipping him after one price rise. One price rise, I'm fine. I don't know about that. That doesn't seem good business to me. 6:01 p.m. So you should be good, Big J. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You can also have Hustwaite or McKercher. Yeah, exactly, Travis. So many people on the bench in the mids. Michael, how's it going, man? Thoughts on Sam Berry from Adelaide? And is having 4 rookies in the mid too much, as in McKercher,
I think so.
Sandon, Hustwaite, and Berry?
I think 4's too much. I think think 4's too much. You can get away with 3, but 4. I think there's going to be a few people running 4 once DPPs happen, because I see a lot of McKerchers and all these other guys moving from the midfield to the back line. But I think 4 to start with is way too much. Like, people are running 5 or 6 keeper premiums in there, and you've got a rookie and they've got like Tom Green, Gould, and all these other players. So it's too many.
Yeah, and if you're loading up on rookies in the midfield, is that because you're loading up on premiums in the back line, or you're loading up in the forward line? That for me becomes the iffy part about having Jackson, because he is very expensive. It causes you to have potentially a really weird structure where you might be fielding one too many rookies, or you might not have the uber premiums that you want. I know you're going to get a lot of points in those early rounds, West Coast Eagles rule, but it could also be offset by maybe you're fielding an extra rookie, or rather than fielding a Butters Bont type, Uber Premium, you could be fielding a Matt Crouch. So then it becomes a question of, do you like Bont plus a mid-pricer, perhaps, or Bont plus a rookie plus versus Jackson and Crouch? I don't know. It becomes weird. For me, I'm not a big fan. I have to have confirmation that he's going to be out for more than 4. 4 weeks alone is not enough. And as you say, Causa, he will miss out on the West Coast game if he's going to be just by himself for 4 weeks. So I reckon with extra trades, it's points over cash gen. Potentially it's points over cash gen this year. Because people aren't going to be holding on to their rookies for as long. They're going to be trading them out. As soon as they make like 100K, they're trading them out. So it's possible that points could be more valuable than your money. But at the same time, think if you miss out on, because normally it used to be 120 or 150K, but if you're trading rookies out at 100K, you're losing 20K per rookie, and that I think adds up over the long run. I think you end up. So in one instance, it might seem like, okay, yeah, I can take a little shave off my trade here and only make 100K. But if you keep doing that over and over again with a bunch of these players in the hope of upgrading your team quicker, I think in the end, if you're losing 20K per rookie, you could be selling yourself 100,000 short easily.
Yeah, I think so as well. Oh, bit crazy. I'm checking out any Fancast videos here.
I'm still 17 minutes away.
All right, sure. Oh,
mate, I'm coming into the city from this side. Traffic is atrocious.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get that. Yeah, let me stick down to the comments. How's everyone doing? You guys want to see Dave? Look, no, maybe no.
Bont plus. Yeah, see what causes says Bont plus Grundy versus Jackson and Crouch. 100%. For me, it's the Bont. It's got to be the Bont and Grundy, especially if it's solo rucking Grundy. For sure.
You have to. Bont is going to be the most expensive player, but he's going to be the best player. When he comes out and regularly scores you like a 140 plus, you're not going to worry about it, to be fair. You're going to be happy. You're going to be like, cool, I've got Bont, free captain every week, sucked in if you didn't pick him. That's what it's going to be like, 100%.
Who does Pickett replace in the Ds when he returns round 2? Windsor, Billings, Laurie, or someone else? I think it's Laurie.
I think it'll be so.
No, it'll be Laurie. I think Laurie's gone. I think Windsor keeps his spot because Windsor plays wing. I think Windsor's going to keep that spot until, and unless Lockie Hunter kicks him out of that spot. But if Windsor shows that he's performing in his role and he keeps it, then I think Windsor's safe. Billings plays, alternating between wing and half forward. So, and I think Billings is ahead of Laurie. I think Laurie is probably the least safe out of those three. Who else is a bit dodgy? Job security in the Melbourne.
Someone will find a space. They'll move players around. They'll keep Simon Goodwin will 100% keep the players who are playing and who are playing well.
Yeah.
So whoever's just there, they'll play. Like there won't be much of a this guy's not going to play and this guy is going to play. If they're playing well, that's it really.
And this ruck matchups for Freo, not 1 to 4. I agree. 12 hoops. Good news, Joe. Draper, Caddy, and Hobbs are all playing in the VFL Pracky. Yes, absolutely, man. I'm wrapped. I am so wrapped. Finally, for once, long time, we have a mostly healthy list. Of course, it sucks that Ridley had to do his quad again, but outside of him and Dylan Shield, I think the rest of the team is in pretty damn good nick, which is very rare for us at this point of the season. Normally around this point where the players start dropping left and right. So hopefully the team can still stay healthy. I love Hobbs. I can't wait for Hobbs to get more game time. Caddy, he's going to be so exciting for us. As long as if we can have a Caddy instead of freaking Guelphy in the side, or Hobbs instead of Guelphy. Bloody hell. Freo could bring in Reedy to lock. Yeah, 100% legend. I did see that tweet about Reedy. That would suck even more for Jackson. Ross Laws, Melbourne traffic sucks. I agree, and I'm still stuck in it. I'd love to show you right now, but if I hold my phone, then I'll definitely get done for doing that.
If Reedy plays, Jackson's a dead pick, man. Like if Reedy plays, Jackson's dead.
Oh, I wouldn't say dead pig. Come on, that's pretty harsh. Dead pig, he says. Bont is my straight C for the year. On your causa, I love it. Trav, you can still have Bont if you have Jackson. Howe's out, Bowie to back pocket, and Cozzy in. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's the one. Howe's, yeah, he's unlikely to keep his spot, I don't think. Lukey, listen from 2 high finishes from the Discord last year. Got to have at least one top prize player for early captaincy. Yep.
Bloody Aaron.
Yep.
Thanks, Aaron, for the money, mate.
Oh.
Thanks for buying some coffees and everything for you. 100%.
I'll always find a way to do my love.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Oh.
I might lose connection in the tunnel, so heads up if I disappear, it's because it's the tunnel's fault.
Yeah, that's all right.
Draper overrated. Should just let Goldstein solo rock. You're a funny man, G Money. You're a funny man. Who's rating Draper outside of Essendon anyway? Means I have at the moment Bont, Libba, Errol, Newcomb, Martin, Crouch, Bonner, Sanders. Bont's nice. Libba's obviously a gun. For me, I'm concerned about his age and concussion risk. Errol, hot start. Newcomb, he could be the breakout player. He could be their best player. I don't know. Still to be seen. Martin, Crouch, Bonner. Bonner, you're hoping that he really breaks out, but he could do very well. Sanders. So hopefully your bench has Hustway and McKercher, West Coast Eagles rule. I think these two rookies are bloody vital. Bont is there to be VC Lisi loop all season, correct. Have a nickname for them to Snelfie. Honestly, Joe, worst 2 players I've seen. 100%. Him and Wiedemann, 12 hoops. I don't know. I can't believe we actually picked up Weeds. That was pretty damn stupid. Have you seen Reedy play? Worse than BJ. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was very harsh. It was very harsh on the Jackson pick, just simply based off Reedy. St Kilda rated Draper. That's true.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get the camera to work. Give me 1 sec.
St Kilda rated Draper. Man, they want to offer him $1 million, and he hadn't played a single AFL game, so they clearly saw something. That's true, Velo. But we love him to bits. His one goal of the year. It was a sensational goal of the year, if I might add, as well. So get around Big Drapes, man. He's a barometer for us, I reckon. If he goes well, the midfield lifts, and we do pretty well as well. So I do rate Draper a lot.
Yeah,
Dons make 8
me
this
too.
year, win a finals? I don't think so. G Money. I think where we land anywhere between 8th and 12th. I feel if we make the finals this year, it's because we really deserve it. It's going to be a real tight contest for the 8th, and so if we can get it done, then I'll be super wrapped. Thanks, Big J, for muting yourself. That was very annoying. But yeah, I honestly think if we make the 8, it's because we genuinely deserve it. But I don't think we will. I think that the competition's way too tight, and I just don't have enough trust in us, to be honest. You know, I've seen this time and time again for many years, and all the hype every single season about the Bombers, but we always just fall flat. So I don't think we make the 8. And if we don't make the 8, then we're definitely not winning a final. Would be great to see Essendon make 8 and lose against. Mate, if we were to make the 8, then we would freaking lose the final, 100%. Like, every time we've made it, we just haven't been ready. The one year I was really confident that we would win a final, it was under Hurdy. And then we got kicked out of the finals due to the saga. So that was freaking so tragic. Bench, Roberts, Sharp, and Clark. That's good. I still think McKercher and Hustwaite are both really important. I think they're among the 2 best rookies that you can possibly have this year. McKercher and because McKercher's going to get DPP. He's going to get heaps of the ball in that back line for North. They're going to lose a lot. And Hustwaite's playing around the ball. He's playing on the ball, Hustwaite. So that's really that's obviously really important. So I think those 2 rookies are almost must-haves. Almost must-haves. We finished 10th. No hope. This club is flipping awful from top to bottom. Get all the talent in the world, but we will flop. I agree with you, Hoops. We've been very disappointing for a very long time, and it's very understandable for us to lose hope in this team that they can turn it around. But I think the club has realised that it can't keep doing what it's been doing for so long, hence why we've had this complete and utter revamp. We wiped the board, new CEO, new president, new coach, all this new shit off the field. Because I like to say good people make good football clubs, and that's the reason why Geelong have been so good for so long, because they have great people running their organisation. So if we can get the right people off the field, to run the club, then we'll have the right people on the field, or the people on the field will play the right way. So I'm a believer that we can't stay shit forever. It has to our luck has to turn eventually, Hoops. Lachlan, who do you think is more likely to make the 8, Dons or Cats? Oh, can I say neither? The Cats have got great kids coming through. I'll say the Cats. Plus, their forward line is a ripper. I'll say the Cats are more likely to make the 8 than the Bombers. Ross Laws, first 6 weeks will be important for Bombers. Tough start. 100%, Ross. 100%. If we make the 8, it's because we deserve to be there, not because we're just making the numbers. So, unlikely. Even that North final went, 100%, 12.
I'm having camera issues, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Drew Petrie killed us. It's now that many days. It's now that many days since Essendon won a final. Get around it. Causa, I mean, it is a number. Yes, it is a drought. But ultimately, like, who cares? Like, all right, wow, it's been that many years since we won a final. But, like, isn't the whole point of winning finals to win the grand final? So, for me, I don't really necessarily care about the drought of finals wins. You really need to care more about the drought of grand final wins or even finals appearances. So, I'm personally not overly, you could say this is copium perhaps, maybe because I've just been so used to watching Essendon be shit for so long that I'm just coping now. But I honestly don't think it necessarily matters. People love to hate Essendon, is what I've genuinely noticed over my time of supporting. And so this is a fun little drought thing that people like to fling at us. And that's fine. They can do that. But to me, I genuinely don't think it matters. Ultimately, it's all about flags. And if you win finals every single year but don't win a flag, then what does that amount to? It amounts to nothing. So for me, it's all about the flags, and we have the most flags, equal most flags. Our last premiership was in 2000, which isn't that long ago. Good luck to the next person trying to beat that record.
I was going to say VFL flags don't count. If it's 2000, then it's okay.
Don should bite the bullet and merge with Tassie. You're a funny man, G Money. Joe, my realistic Fox Footy king. Love you, Niblo. Yeah, but North has won more finals than Essendon since then. So what? It's all about flags, Causer. If you haven't won the flag, then winning a final, an elimination final, means nothing. You're just making up the numbers. Steve, Big J, fix your shit, making it so unsafe for Joe at the moment. 12 hoops. The only positive I have is at least we made a final, unlike that awful club that everyone is overhyping up in Queensland. We'll see. Gold Coast finishing 12th. Nothing will change. All right. Nice call. Nice call.
Butters' ownership's definitely dropped slow. Legend saying here was 40% 2 weeks ago, and then he did his ankle, and that was it. Everyone's jumped off. Have you jumped off with your team?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Have you jumped off?
Have I jumped off of Butters?
Yeah.
For me, I'm still tossing and turning between Butters and LDU, but I think my latest team has both of them in there.
Okay. That's fair. Interesting having both. I don't know how many teams in this.
I think for me, I'm not sure if I'm going to have Goulden in my team as well, because I know Goulden's going to have the hot start, after which he has the bye. So for me, I'm questioning if I have all three of them, but that would be at the expense of my boy Darcy Parish.
Yeah.
Which hurts. It does hurt me to do that if I decide to go down that route. Is Darcy Parish going to be a top 8 mid? More likely not than yes. So on that basis, I think I might be culling Darcy Parish to get Goulden in, which sucks.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
Essendon won 5 years the grand final after my Blues. It's all history now, Velo. It's all history. Teams are released. Have a look at the teams, Big J, while I'm driving.
1 second, my computer's just loading. Oops. I can't do both at the same time.
I'm 4 minutes away from you.
That's easy.
Pito named emergency. Great news for Carlton.
Yeah, all that.
Tom DeConnick could be a sneaky ruck pick.
No, that's me, but that's okay.
I won't go Tom DeConnick.
Let's go through the team. So I think I have to re-download my camera driver. That's okay. Or just buy a new laptop. That works too.
Flanders on bench. Oh no, Velo. Oh no. Flanders on the bench.
We know Sydney, Melbourne. So let's head into Friday's game. Look, I think the teams are out, like you say. Oh, Arazio's playing, Joe?
Yeah, no, not for me.
Nah, not me too. Lineups. Here we go.
No Arazio for me. I can't go Arazio. Too injury prone. If I sneeze on him, he will get injured.
Are you guys picking Jackson, Joe? Are you going to pick Jackson?
If I hear news that Darcy is out for more than the 4 weeks, then yes. But at the moment, no.
Okay.
could be silly, could be dumb, but for me, I don't want someone who might go 120 for the first 3 weeks and all of a sudden drop back to 80s again.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
100% Sturlsy, 100%. What named in the team sheets don't mean squat. I'm pretty sure someone short was once named in the ruck and everyone was joking about it. So 100%. It doesn't mean anything, the team sheets. Just all about who's playing and who's not playing.
Yeah. I'll fix it. Echo.
Lukey, Butters, Golden Parish. Yeah, because you've dropped LDU. That's why, Lukey. You've dropped LDU.
There we go. So teams out for today. We've got Starsterfish, Payne, Leicester, Kadeem Coleman off the back, Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner, Jasper Fletcher on the wing. Nice. Zach Bailey, Berry there. Cameron Hipwood, McCluggage half forward. And then Cam Reen is no longer going to get mid-time. Joe Danaher, Zorko. McKerney, and then Dunkley Neal as the followers. Kai Lohman's good one to play. Archie, McCarthy, Jared Lyons, Wilmot. They're good to see in the chat who you think is going to be sub Wilson, because I don't know who it will be. Maybe Lincoln McCarthy might be the sub. And then Carlton's got Kemp, Lewis, Young, Sard. Zach Williams, Joe, plays off half back in tomorrow's game. McGovern, Newman, Akers, Cripps, Kennedy, Stewart, Turner, Owens, Fantasia in the forward line, Harry Mackay, Cunningham, and then obviously Tom DeConing, Sarah, and Dockman, who I think is very, very interesting. Boyd, Collins, Cottrell, Jack Carroll, and Fogarty as the interchange. There you go, Lions and Carroll, Corey reckons. Oh no, sorry, that's not Corey, that's Fellow. Let's check out the other team. 1 second. And look at the other games while we're here. We have Suns and Richmond on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. Let's check out the lineups. From the back line of the Suns, Bodie, Charlie Ballard, Collins, Connor Buderick, Sexton, Will Powell, Florini, Tuke Miller in the guts, Brandon Ellis, Ainsworth, Humphrey, Thomas Berry. Very interesting. They love to do a bit of Berry. Ben King, Rosas, Levi Casbolt, and then Wicks, Noah Anderson, Matt Rao. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I don't know where Lukosius is playing. Jack Lukosius is playing off the bench. Same with Flanders, Holman, David Swallow, and McPherson. So let us know who you think is going to be the sub for the Suns. And then Brian, Tyler Young, Hipkiss, Jason Short, Rioli, Luke Loston, McIntosh, Tim Taranto, and banked on the wing. Interesting. Rioli, Baker, Campbell, Bolter in the forward line again. Kazitsky here as well. And then Naismith, who we know is going to ruck. Hopper and Prestia. Broad, Thompson Dow, who hopefully he plays in the guts because I know a lot of people are going to pick him. Marlon Pickett and Samson Ryan. So I reckon it won't be Samson Ryan being the ruckman because I think they'll pair him up with Naismith. I reckon it might. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe Jack Ross. I reckon might be the sub. Oh, who is Harvey Thomas? Harvey Thomas. I think he was picked up by GWS this year in the draft. Pick 55 or something, I think. GWS Academy. So very, very good player that GWS got for basically free because no one else picked him. And he's slotted into every single practice match in the A team. He's going to play. It's going to be fantastic. So hello for them. Yeah, very, very good for that play and those teams to be able to come on and actually get that play that they wanted for free. And having him play in there. I've got him in my team. It's going to be beautiful. 117K, very, very good player. Let's check out GWS. Hopefully you guys can still see. Himmelberg, backline, Sam Taylor, Iden, Whitfield, Buckley, Ash. I think Joe's just parked there. O'Halloran, Kelly, Weir, Daniels, Riccardi, Bedford, half forward. Toby Green, Jesse Hogan, Callum, and Brown. Breed, Cornelio, Tom Green in the guts. So Callan Ward, Harvey Thomas, get in my team. Nick Haynes, Toby McMullen. I'm going to say Toby McMullen. McMuffin. And then Cadman. So Cadman off the bench is very, very interesting. You would have thought maybe he gets a spot, but Riccardi and Hogan definitely pre-season form for Riccardi. Very, very good. Is Brown playing? Because I know Brown was looking very... Wow. Brown taken out... Oh, no, Callum's Brown. Sorry, 46 is definitely there. Maynard, Darcy Moore, Charlie Dean for Collingwood. Let us know who it's going to be for GWS through who you reckon the sub's going to be. Pendlebury, Quaynor, Nick Dacos, Will Hoskin Elliott, Jack Crisp and Josh Dacos there, so pretty typical so far. Steele, Ash Johnson and Blanchett. Ooh, Ash Johnson. Lipinski, Jamie Elliott, Bobby Hill. Lipinski's a tricky one. I think he's a big smoky after getting what he's won 130 plus in the preseason game. John Noble, Tom Mitchell, Bo McCurry, Markov, and Mason Cox. And then obviously Billy Frampton, Finlay McRae, and Harvey Harrison. Yeah, bit of a sad one because I know a lot of us picked McRae as the sub. But yeah, I'm sorry, McRae is being a forward option and not the sub. And obviously he's been selected as an emergency, so not even in like the interchange potential sub position. So yeah, we called it in the live stream a couple of days ago, and obviously he's not been selected. So yeah, bit of a sad one there for those people who still have him in their forward line. Yeah, Harvey Thomas, I don't think will be the sub. I think Harvey Thomas will play. Yeah, we'll wait and see. We got what, an hour or so between now and the first game happening, so pretty happy. How's everyone else's teams looking? Was Nick Dacos rumoured to miss? Is he playing? Give me a sec. No, I mean, I haven't heard about any Nick Dacos rumoured to miss. So, yeah, maybe he was and I missed it. But, yeah, I haven't seen anything. From what I heard, like, I think a lot of these very good players, him with LDU and a few others, are basically just, like, going through the motions. So, yeah, I mean, Nick Dacos he's looked fit the entire time. He's just lazy during the preseason. Similar to what Joe and I were talking about LDU before about, like, just not wanting to get injured. So, yeah, not too bad. Anyone else? Let me just see. Harvey Thomas is the kid that looks like he's 8 years old. Yeah, there's a few of them in the AFL these days. Where's Charlie? So a lot of people were talking about Charlie Dean. So Charlie Dean's, if we have a look at the Giants versus Collingwood game, Charlie Dean in the back line for us. Hopefully he plays for a while because we're definitely after some backline players. Charlie Dean definitely has been looking like he wants to potentially take Murphy's spot, who I'm not sure how long they're going to hold him for, but Murphy could end up being, Murphy could end up basically getting ruled out due to concussion. So, yeah, bit of a tricky one there. Who else? Who else is a bit of a sneaky one? So Nick Haynes is there. Harvey Thomas, like we were saying. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Oh, Joe's turned up in the background. Bring up Joe, bit of a sneaky look at us. That's Joe. Yeah. Because my laptop's, the camera in my laptop's not working. I don't know. Hopefully you guys have found this enjoyable. Yeah. Paul Allen reckons Darcy might have been reported about 2 months. 2 months is a long time. If Darcy's out for 2 months, mate, get in my Supercoach team, Luke Jackson. But if it's more, if it's only 3 or 4 weeks, maybe not. We'll see how we go. Dave, does that one work off USB? No, the camera. Can I StreamYard your laptop into that one? Is it HDMI plug? Okay, cool. Yeah, all good. Oh, okay, we have Joe, Big Joe,
We have Jay and then Big J. There you go, Velo. Look, and here's Joe right now.
Okay, so we have Joe, Jay, and Big J.
Yeah.
Anytime, fellas, anytime.
We got Big J's laptop, as you can see, running everything from the show. So, yeah. How was the drive, Joe? Not too bad in the city? Let all the fans know. Joe's very happy to be here, guys.
I hate Melbourne sometimes. Honestly, driving around here is so bad sometimes. Yeah. Billings is sub. Get out of here, Causa. Get out of here. Billings is not the sub. Am I even in the shot? There I am. No, I wasn't in the shot before. Now I am. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Just calm it down, as our good friend Abs would say. Enjoy the footy. It's going to be a good time. We have round 0 to look at everything without any stress, without any drama. You're going to break my neck as you continue to move away from my
Sorry, you can hold the camera.
Thank you. Wicks and Billings are the subs.
Yeah, there you go. It says on the screen, Wicks and Billings named as subs.
That is unbelievable. Dude, I have to contend with plenty road traffic. Stop complaining. That's rough. That's rough, Hoops. But yeah, so unbelievable stuff. We'll see how they go. If they look really good in their roles, I don't entirely know what they're thinking. Billings is not the sub type. He's not explosive. He's not.
It's like making Jared Lyons the sub.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Cool is the old guy who maybe only plays half the game. They're the ones you put on the field for someone else.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So, yeah, you picked it, Trav. Well done. Why in the thumbnail? Now, Big J, this will make you cry.
What?
Read Ian's question.
Ian, mate. It was the first time that I did the thumbnail. Next time I'll do it properly for Australia. All right? Just for you, Ian. From now on, I'm going to put it in the middle lane on the right, just for you. Okay? Calm it down. It's okay. All right. Facts, Ian. There you go. Subs on for Windsor. No, subs on for potentially on for Windsor, you'd think. Oh, there's half a dozen other players. Like, I don't think Josh Schnacky, I love that word, Schnacky. I don't think Josh Shacky's going to play a full game. I just don't think he's good enough. Maybe Bailey Laurie comes on as well. So, yeah, as you say, Yaron, 100%. That's it. Guys, I'm on the stream. Calm down. Billings is on the trade block. If he doesn't play majority now and we get him in round 0, so when's round 1? Let me pull up round 1 and see if Melbourne's going to play early on round 1. Let me quickly check. Wrong one. No, not ladder. I want fixture for round 1. Cool. So Melbourne's named on Sunday. Crazy that Billings could be the sub this week and us not know to react by like Wednesday. Yeah, you got Billings might be chopped, guys. Hear it here first. Billings might be in the bin. Not great, but it is what it is. Jay, do you swap Grundy for Jackson? What I do with Grundy this week is very determined on how well he scores, basically, this week. If he scores poorly, but like the whole reason why we wanted Grundy is because we think potentially he could be like a 110 average, right? If Grundy scores poorly, he might not even get close. So if he doesn't even get close, he's going to potentially lose some money or only go up like 10K after round 0. I might just throw some extra cash and go in English, to be honest. I'll have to work out what it's going to mean in terms of players. But, yeah, I might just start Tim English and ride the wave. No early buy, which is going to make me look a lot better versus some teams. And, you know, you're probably guaranteed like a 115 plus every week. So if you never need to trade your rucks, you're looking pretty good this season, I reckon. Where are we going? Where did I miss it? Oh, someone deleted their comment. Oh, no, Hoops is there. Hoops, did I see you guys at the Supercoach Live competition? Sorry, the Supercoach Live event, or was that someone else? Let me know. For backs, do you think Stewart, Dacos, Young, and she's a good backs. Yes. Yeah, I reckon if you pick those guys, you're laughing. To be honest, I don't know necessarily who else, you would pick. Maybe you go like a mid-price or two instead. But I would be more than happy to run those guys if you had to pick some people. Would be very, very happy to do that. Not buying the hype on Billings, West Coast Eagles rule says. Jackson with Darcy is also a 110. Yeah, I think so. It does depend if Jackson ends up being the solo ruck or if he ends up sharing, because I can really see, West Coast, I can really see Freo coming in and actually saying, hey, we're going to go and try another player. We're going to run Jackson as like the main forward again, and then take someone else as having there, and Jackson just comes in and like pinch hits in the ruck. And if that happens, I don't know if he's a 110. He potentially could be, but was that 110 in there? You'll have to check. Was that 110 in there when Darcy was out and there was no other rucks? Or was it in there when there was other rucks as well? Because, if you're getting major ruck time, in general, as long as you're not a spud and you're getting major ruck time and you kick a goal or two every week, like, you're doing pretty well in Supercoach. So, yeah. Let me know in the chat, guys, has today's kind of announcements of what players are in or out actually affected your teams that much? Because I don't think there's many ins who are out, but definitely a lot of people are being hurt by Billings, for example, and there are some positional changes that look very interesting today. Very, very interesting. There you go, Paul. There you go.
What Paul say?
No. Paul said here, imagine running English, Gorn, and Jackson F1.
Yeah.
Yeah, be a lot of money though.
I'm starting to really pull my interest on Billings now.
Sorry, Hoops. Don't worry about it. No dramas, mate. Yeah, Lucas is saying here, close watch on Rivers score and roll today, Joe. Considering as an option in defense if he gets mid-time. Joe's saying not for him. That's all right. Can Voss ruck, Joe?
No.
He was a ruck forward last year for Essendon.
Yeah, but not very well.
Joe says not very well, Yaron. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be a lot of changes, to be fair. I think we're going to get a lot of changes. Voss plays for Freo now. 12 Hoops plays for Freo. He got picked up in the supplementary period. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many changes there are. I think there's going to be a lot of players coming in, and I think a lot of rookies that are going to move. And I think if there's a guy who comes out and scores massively, who you were considering, especially some of these Sydney players, I don't know how many Brisbane. Let's look at the games, right? So Sydney, Swans, and Melbourne. There probably isn't that many from there that's really going to affect our scoring, things like that. Aussie abroad, if we click on the thing, we scroll down. Oh, team lineups, team stats. No, where was it? Let me see. It did have it here. I did see it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, but just trust Billings is the sub. As we blindly look for it on the screen, just trust he's the sub. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm pulled off Billings now.
Yeah. No, someone in the chat was just asking, hey, where is it? But yeah, so they've moved it around and they've put Billings and Wicks at the bottom. But yeah, 100% he's the sub. So yeah, Hoops in here saying, can't believe Sheldrick didn't even get picked, Joe.
Yeah, it's a tough team to break into at the Swans these days.
Yeah, Sydney's got a lot of really good players. So it's pretty crazy. Paul Allen asks here, Joe, do you think Charlie Dean has job security? Do you reckon he's a sub risk, and what will he have? What will he average? You reckon?
He's a key defender, but he's only playing if Jeremy Howe's out for as long as Jeremy Howe's
And Murphy as well.
yeah, but he wasn't going to get in until Jeremy Howe pulled out later. So for me, if Jeremy Howe is out for a while, then sure, give him a crack. But it doesn't seem like, it seems like his depth more than anything.
Yeah.
If he performs really well in his practice games and he cements his spot in the side, then could be cool. But he's a key defender, so I don't anticipate he's going to give us a lot of great scores. Maybe Gibcus has the type of scores, perhaps, but Gibcus has shown that he can do it before, whereas we've never seen this from Charlie Dean. He's just been injured his entire career, so I don't have as much faith in Charlie Dean, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's the tricky thing, right, is that he wasn't really on our radars until potentially after the preseason game either. So, yeah, I don't know how much of a, hey, you got to chuck this guy on your team, it really ends up being. Maybe we might spend a little bit longer, but I'm getting a bit hungry, guys. Let's pump out some. If you guys have got some questions, we'll keep talking. If not, then that's cool. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. It's a lot of fun. We're doing some more content. We're going to smash the next 7 days or so because Supercoach opens next Thursday. Round 1 is next Thursday. How bonkers is that? Round 1 is next Thursday. Corey asks Joe, Harms, Fife, or McKenzie for Billings? McKenzie or McDonald? Oh no, Cam McKenzie, yeah? Or for Billings?
I don't like Fife.
You don't like Fife. Joe doesn't like Fife.
Fife can get injured first quarter of round 1. That's the thing. Like, I know he's fully.
I mean, everyone can get injured first quarter.
I know, but not everyone has the same risk associated. But Fife could legit get injured quarter 1, sub down. I mean, we saw with Guthrie. He was flying. He hadn't missed a session. He was perfectly healthy. He was fit. Had the great role, and then took 10 seconds for Guthrie to go down with injury. Like, I'm too nervous about that with Fife, who's been injured so many times before, plus the age. I can't. For me, because I know if I start Fife and then he gets injured in the first game, I know I'm going to slap myself so hard, I'm going to leave an imprint right there. So, yeah, I'd go McKenzie.
Yeah. The big thing is, guys, outside of like trading for the sake of, hey, look, this rookie, you've missed out on him and he's gone massive. If you limit your aim for the first 3 or 4 weeks is to limit the amount of trades that you spend. You want to come in there and almost be cool. It's round 4. I've still got 40 trades because those people are the ones that end up smashing the end of the season versus the people that, oh shit, it's round 4 and I've spent 12 trades already. Like that happens. It's crazy. And it happened to Joe and I a little bit last year and we tape it off obviously, but you know, people spent 2 or 3 boosts in the first 3 weeks and they just got murdered in scoring and, you know, murdered towards the end of the season when players get rested, gets injured, or the bye rounds when you don't even have 18. Like round 14 and 15 this year have so many teams out. It's crazy. Stursley, I don't think he can be the sub because he's named on field. He's not named on the bench. So if it comes out tomorrow that the guy gets moved, cool. Then you can. Then that might happen. But otherwise, I don't think it's going to happen to him. Yeah. Do you want to jump on the stream, Jeff? No, if you grab my other laptop, I can do the camera and we can just sit here. Just the other laptop. And we'll just change out. Cool. We'll move some stuff around, guys, and Joe and I can be on the stream for a little while. How crazy is that? Just the black date there on the top next to the red. In there? Yeah. And it's Big J's head again. Can you see your fellow league players' team after the first game of round 1? I'm not sure. And just the mouse. No, just the mouse is good. Yeah. Turn this sucker off. Let's chuck it down here. Cool. How many mid prices do you have in your team, Joe?
I'm looking at
Question from 12 hoops here. How many mid prices do we have? I'm not actually quite sure. What do I have? Potentially 1 or 2 in the back line. and then one in the midfield because I've ditched like a rookie. So that's another one.
Got 3.
And then Joe reckons he's got 3. So yeah, 2 or 3 seems to be. I think anywhere between 3 and 4 is a okay number. But then you've got your forward line, and your forward line's basically Zach Williams, not Zach Williams, is basically Zach Fisher, who's a rookie or a mid-pricer, sorry, and then like 5 other mid-pricers and then those guys. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cadman or Thomas, who has the better job security?
Cadman's a key.
Yeah.
I think Cadman probably locked in.
Yeah, I would think both.
They're both pretty
To be honest, I really do think both. I think Cadman's a very, very good player, but I think Harvey Thomas can just play. I think he will play. So, yeah, maybe both. Okay. Let's make this happen. I'm not surprised I didn't do this before, Joe.
Shame on you.
I'm a terrible person. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm here. I'm just loading up the laptop so we can both be on the screen at the same time. Give me 1 second, please. Friday pizza final. You heard it here first.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Someone on the randomly on the street said Friday pizza final. Locked in. That's it.
Locked in.
Locked in. Here we go.
Where is your webcam? Oh, there it is.
Look who it is. It's Joe and Big J.
Let me sit on your lap for a second.
Don't do that.
What's up, fellas? I'm back. I'm back, baby. How many rookies do you have on field at the moment?
One in the back line, and then I have one in the midfield, and then I think one in the 3. I have 3. Big J says 3.
I got 6 at the moment. 6 rookies on field. Probably too many, but I'm going for a guns and rookies approach at the moment this year. Best 18, I think, enables that to happen.
Yeah. I think we can do it separately, Joe. I think we can do. Give us 1 sec. Settings.
Almost separately.
No, that's not it.
Parish Frank. I'm a big Parish believer.
That's the one we want. There you go.
No one's eating into Parish. He is our inside mid. Whereas I think Sarong's got other people, and I think Sarong averages better with Darcy in the team. If Darcy's not playing, he doesn't have that dominant tap ruckman hitting the ball down to him, feeding him the footy. So for me, I'm definitely pro Parish. I think Parish is he's an accumulator. He has no issues accumulating the ball. Plus, he's just cleaning it up a little bit. Just a little, cleaning up a little bit will make his disposal a lot more damaging. Contested football, the same thing as Sarong. But for me, I love myself in DP3. 12 hoops doesn't help your case when you said you might toss him. Hey, I said I might, but he is right there. You see him? Darcy Parish? Sorry, I'm not good at showing it. He's right there, DP3. So don't you worry about him. He's still on my team. I said I might toss him, but Only for the greater good. Cadman is playing second ruck at the moment. Very nice. That's one of the benefits that we spoke about of having Cadman on your bench. He's got the weak opposition. These guys coming up in round one. Plus he's playing second ruck, which is really good. Parrish has Goldstein. Yes, Rodney. We have Goldstein. How do you feel?
Mate, you guys can have that. We've got Cherry.
Yes, Uncle Akka. Well done,
Cherry
Parrish.
has to play at some point.
Do you guys like the Liver pick?
Yes. Yeah, I really do. It's more for me just being able to fit him in your team. I haven't ran a team with anyone like Bont plus another 650k player versus Bont and I've got Bont and a few guys around the 630 mark, as you would have seen from my team review. So, yeah, I really like the Lipper pick. I think he's just gone from strength to strength. I would love if the Dogs had played round 0 because then, you can totally just get confirmed cool Libber's fantastic. But, yeah, I really do like the pick, and I think the pick's pretty solid. And he doesn't have early buy, which is what we want. So, yeah, as many non-early buys as you can is better for everybody. Did you bin LDU, Joe?
I've just been messing around with it. I do intend to have him in my side. Just in this latest iteration, I've just been tossing and turning between Goulden and him. I want Darcy Parish in the side. That's the thing. I can't have all of them. I can't have Butters, Parish, LDU, and Goulden. I can't have all 4 of them. So at the moment, it's just a little merry-go-round of who's coming in and who someone's coming out. I could have all 4 of them, but I'd have to lose Nick Martin. And I'd rather lose my left testicle than lose Nick Martin. So Nick Martin's staying in my side.
Nick Martin at the moment. Oh, no, Joe's just messing around with his players. I was going to say Nick Martin is currently M4, and I'm like, no, he's not. Joe was trying to trick me.
Nick Martin, mate, I'd give my left kidney to him and my right kidney. I'd give both my kidneys to Nick Martin. If he's in danger, I'd give him both.
You would not.
Yes. If I was the only one who could save Nick Martin, I'd give him both my kidneys.
Essendon fans, they'll do anything to win a premiership or win a final. Like that's just it.
Even if we don't win a final, I love him so much. I can't not. Honestly, you ask any Essendon supporter, would gladly do it for Nick Martin.
Crouch or Jackson, Joe?
Crouch is a lot easier to have. I think Jackson will. You're picking Jackson to be a keeper, and I don't think he will be based on Sean Darcy returning. So yes. I reckon Crouch.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I think Crouch just in scoring has a bit more of an upside as well, and that's kind of what we want. I don't know if Jackson is he's valued at a 95 already.
Yeah. So
or closer to 100, I think. I think it's like a 98. And I don't know even if someone else rucks, yes, maybe. Sorry, if someone else doesn't ruck, then maybe he's got a 5 or 10 points upside. But if someone else is rucking and he's still relegated to that forward ruck role, it's tricky.
Big J, you could ruck better than Cherry. Even you could ruck better than Cherry, says Velo.
Nah, I'm not that tall.
He is a tall guy, actually.
I'm not that tall.
He called Big J for a reason, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because of what you got downstairs. Paul Allen, Bont, Liver, Goulden, Martin, Wines, Berry, Sanders, Hustway. Same, bro. LDU is a math pod. Let's go, Paul. Yep. Let's go, Paul. We rock LDU.
But Paul's not running LDU.
Why is he saying it's a massive pod? Same, bro. I don't understand.
I don't understand. He doesn't have LDU there. Look, Liver, Goulden, Martin, Wines, Berry, Sanders, Hustway.
So why is he saying same, bro? LDU is a maths pod.
Paul's tricking us.
Paul, you've freaking bamboozled me, bro. Completely. You can't lose it twice, Joe.
If you haven't already, guys, sub to the channel. We're smashing content this year. And jump on our tipping comp. It's down in all the video descriptions. Obviously not this one.
Yeah.
But you guys have got like half an hour left.
Yeah.
After that, it's going to be locked. You guys can't join halfway. Or if you join halfway, you're probably going to miss out on a few tips anyway. So there's an AFL voucher up for grabs for that. Jump on. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm right-handed, Ian, is the answer. Uncle, Bont, Dawson, Goulden, Parish, Martin, 3 rookies. So we've got a Dawson believer. Yeah, I reckon Dawson will be top 8.
Yeah.
Who's your rookies though? How many people in the chat have currently jumped off McKercher? Because I do not have him in my team. I know you've got him. I've currently jumped off McKercher. If he gets relegated to a back pocket like he was in the last game, he's obviously not going to score much. Yes, the club and Clarko did come out and like burn all the players and basically said, "Hey, play better." But like I've got Sam Berry, who I've spent 20K more on, and I'm a bit happier to do so. So yeah,
good luck. You're happier now, but come back to me in 2 weeks and you tell me.
Yeah, but in 2 weeks I can just trade Berry for McKercher, and it doesn't matter.
What a waste of a trade! Unbelievable. I mean that he's in and out of the team. Oh yeah, fair enough, Paul. Libba or LDU? What do you want? What do you reckon? That's a tough call. That's a tough question, Paul. On a Thursday night,
I would pick Libba, if straight up. I think
but
LDU's a fantastic player. I just don't know if he's a strong of a pick, and he is playing in a worse team. So there's going to be games when LDU does get focused by people and things like that. But how many people are going to go try and tag Libba? Like Libba's going to say, "Hey, thanks for the tag, mate. Let me like punch you in the face." So I don't think Libba can really get tagged, and I think he's the better pick.
Punch him in the face.
He will. He'll just be like, "Cool, that's it."
His mum told me. We then go to Paul. Did you catch Squadfather today? Twit or Twitter?
I don't know what he said on Twitter.
I hope he's not calling the Squadfather a twit. No, he's not. It's definitely looking at Twitter. What did he say?
We know what he looks like in person.
We do.
So, we've got one up on everyone in the chat.
We do. We know what he looks like. Got to shake his hand and everything. He told me to calm it down.
Yeah.
He told me to calm it down in person.
Done.
It hits different when you're told in person. Frank, I don't have McKercher or Reed.
Yeah, that's a bit of a miss, Frank. I think you can get away with one. I don't think you can get away with both. And I think Reed's going to be too good. I think McKercher, if he plays half-back, there's like 2 or 3 other players. Like McKercher plays half-back, right? Sheasel plays half-back. Cool, that's 1. Zach Fisher plays half-back. That's another 1. Bailey Scott's been playing some half-back. That's 3. And then Goda has been playing some half-back as well. Like that's 4 players who are potentially all taking some points off him. Harley Reid's the best player in that West Coast team already. Like they're just going to be saying, "Hey, give Harley Reid the ball every chance they can." So yeah, I think they're different. And McKercher's not forward eligible either. So that's a big up for Harley Reid at the moment. So I think it's too risky, to be honest.
It is too risky. Just calm it down, Frank.
I'm trying to see what Godfather said.
Just calm it down. Yeah, see, calm it down, Akka. That says West Coast Eagle rule. Rodney, Jai Newcomb will thump Bombers mids. And I reckon Parrish will thump the Hawthorn mids. Yes, they'll both score very well. Both Premier mids can score well. There's nothing stopping them both from scoring. I do reckon Newcomb will certainly perform very well. We tend to concede a lot of points to contested mids as well as halfbacks. So yeah, he'll do fine. But for me, I don't know. I don't want to trust a breakout. I'd much rather just back in the established players already. Go, Zachy Reid. 100% hoops, 100%. Mate, where were you when I was on Monday night live stream fighting and defending this young man's honor? Where were you, huh?
Hey, Strillsy, check out any of our other videos. It'll be in the description of those videos, yeah? Like when you press show more there'll be a link straight to the tipping comp where you can log in and do it straight from there. So check it out. Hopefully you can get on.
100%.
He said this morning, it seems Philip had walked out of the club. McKerr, Reid, Billingham, disgruntled with the arrival of Jackson. Yeah.
Apparently going spuds in the forward line.
We'll see. See what happens. He's still got a week. That's the best thing about round 0. We've still got a week to go. So we don't need to worry. We can still do what we're going to do and have fun and be happy about it.
Man, what happens if Flanders goes 110 this week?
If Flanders, hypothetically, right?
If Flanders goes 110 this week, are you all going to run back to Flanders and join me on Flanders?
I think Flanders needs to go 115.
Wow.
And I need to really see the breakdown of the game.
He's under 500K.
I know, but I really need to see the breakdown of the team and see what's happened between last week and this week
maybe last week something didn't work out and that's why they got beaten, and then like the club didn't look that good. So they're like, oh shit, we've got to put Flanders in there. If something like that happens, I can justify jumping back on Flanders because Dimmer's not an idiot, right? Who wants to make finals, who wants to play really
For
well.
sure, yes.
But outside of that, I don't know. You can't just magically be like, cool, Flanders is good, and then next week Flanders is not good again. Like I think something has to happen. There needs to be like a justifiable reason why last week he didn't get a lot of he got a lot of CBAs, but his scoring was definitely lower. Maybe it was just against a really good team in Brisbane, but a bit tricky.
See, this man, even though we run a channel together, he did not watch my video on the spotlight on Sam Flanders. Sam Flanders does not require a lot of CBAs.
No, I know that.
He does.
But,
He was
but there's
fourth
a reason.
string
But
CBA.
there's a reason why he scored 60 last week.
Because he didn't give a shit.
Well,
Why did LDU score less than the sub? LDU, this Nike shoe could have outscored LDU last week.
potentially.
You know what I mean? Without me playing, the shoe by itself running on the field would have been LD. I don't know, man. You can't read into these practice games.
I need to see something. I need to see something.
I love it. Watch this.
Yeah.
Flanders subbed off this week.
Yeah. What happens, right? If Flanders gets subbed,
Then
are you
he's-
going to pick him round one?
No, then he's gone.
Then what happens round one when he scores 115?
Then suck that Hardwick. Then
What happens then, Joe?
then Hardwick is a piece of shit for sucking us in to fading him, only to then go bananas.
Yeah.
That would be why we hated Hinkley last year with frickin' Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he dropped and made him the sub, and then he played him every week afterwards, and he was dominating. So we hated Ken Hinkley for that.
Yeah.
I would hate. You know what hate is? Hate is a very strong
Yeah,
word.
but it's our fault for not jumping on Williams earlier.
No,
Like
we
we had 3 weeks of Williams.
He was
We could have
sub.
jumped on him.
No. He was sub. I was telling Forky.
Potentially.
If he is, then we egg his house. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not condoning.
We're not flying up to Queensland.
We're not flying up to Queensland to egg his house. We just do Uber Eats.
He's probably not sold his house in Melbourne. Let's be honest.
We do Uber Eats delivery straight to his house. Eggs. Fuck you is our message to him. Yes, thank you, Ian. Big eye? Big eye. Practice matches mean nothing.
Big eye. Look, big eye.
Big eye. Is there any world you pick Clary if he goes 130 tonight? There is. It's the one where I was born very ugly and unattractive and had no future aspirations. That's in that world. Don't tell me it's this one. Don't tell me it's this one.
It would be crazy if he came out. If Clary came out. So what's Clary? Let me quickly check. Right.
I still wouldn't pick him.
What? Well, let me check.
I still wouldn't pick him.
Let me quickly check. You keep talking to the
I wouldn't
fans.
pick him.
Flanders needs marks, he says, Joe.
Yeah, he will mark it if he's up the ground playing high half forward.
Let me see. What's the bet, guys? Let us know in the chat before we have a look at your things, because we're currently on the Supercoach thing because I've only got one screen.
You know you could pull the tab out.
That's all right.
And
That's
then we
okay.
can see them. And
That's okay, Joe. I'm not that smart.
So
So Oliver's currently 3%. 3%
very cool.
3% of the competition owns Oliver, right?
Very cool.
If he scores, let's say, a 120 plus, not even going 150, 125 plus, what's his ownership going to be? Because people are going to jump on. They're going to be like,
35.
oh, Oliver's back. Yep, no, preseason done. That's it. Cool. Oliver's good.
I can't see him going 120 plus tonight. I think he's. I don't know. I just
I
don't
know
think he's had a
Billings,
full
Billings is
preseason.
the sub, you know.
Yeah,
Billings-
Billings a sub. I wouldn't be surprised if Clary is just like, all right, your first official head out, just calm it down. We don't want you injured in your first round 0 game. We'll pull you out so that we can put him in. But honestly, I want Clary to start slow. I want Clary to build into the season, have a pre-season, then we can trade him in a bit later when he's a little bit cheaper. He's right now maxed price. He's maxed out in price, and he hasn't had a full pre-season. For me, even if he was to pop off tonight, you know what? I'm gonna have the commitment, the focus, the concentration to play it right and to not just be reactive and act on reflex. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna back in the signs. I'm going to say this guy is fully priced. I don't expect that he's going to continue to maintain a 120, a 130 average to maintain that price. He's going to drop. I'll get him in when he's cheaper. It's all about, what was the word? Not
Economy?
consistency or economy. No, it's when you're steadfast, when you're determined. when you're-
Resolute.
Yeah, resolute's a good word.
Okay.
Yeah, got to be resolute. Flanders needs mark, average 5.5 last year. If he's playing forward, then he won't get that. But if he's playing high half forward, like he was playing in the role last year, which allows him to go up the ground, get involved in the play, take some marks. Clayton's Brownlow tour, Tommy. If he wins the Brownlow, mate, they need to make a movie out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It deserves a movie.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
It deserves a movie.
Maybe.
From almost getting sacked to go into the hospital, to having the news media report, and then to have a ripping season that gets you winning the Brownlow all in 1 year, bro, that's documentary at least.
Yeah. There'll be like a Netflix special, or we don't do Netflix in Australia, so it's probably like Paramount or something here. But yeah, there'll be something, I reckon. It'll just be like the AFL will do something like, oh, we always knew he was a good player. Don't hate us, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we'll see what happens there.
History says Dimmer's teams never have high scorers.
There you go.
Dimmer has not had the best.
Richmond won three flags. Like, that's
Not
the
off
average,
talent,
like 110.
Yeah, not off talent, though. They won off system, and their brand of football today, till today, has been my favorite brand of football to watch.
Snipe play.
Because they surged the ball. They genuinely played team football. Genuine team football. They would shepherd for each other. They would fight. I loved watching the way that Richmond played, and their system was made in that way because they had a whole bunch of go-getters that weren't necessarily the most talented. Do you think this Gold Coast side is the most talented team on paper that Hardwick has ever coached compared to what he had at Richmond? And I think he's going to rely on his gun players to carry the load in the midfield, same way that he relied on those guns in the midfield at Richmond to carry them forward. I reckon Flanders, Took, these guys are going to score well. You can't have no one score well. Like it's not like Richmond, not like Collingwood where they had no one average over 100. So I think they're going to have the select few are going to carry a massive load.
We'll see. I think I'm not sure how many people were ruined by Stewie Jew at that club, but then I think also maybe their list management might have not been that good either. Yes, they have got rid of a few of kind of the were good players, but now are not good players. But yeah, I don't know how many are actually going to be there for the long haul.
Stewie Jew was playing Flanders forward pocket.
Yeah, maybe
he's got no clue. He was playing Flanders, who's such a sensational runner, playing in a forward pocket.
Where did Dimmer play him on the weekend?
Not forward pocket, half forward.
Half forward?
Half forward.
Okay.
He's got the role that he wants to play. He just didn't give a shit about it. But you guys will see in person this week. And then you'll come back and say, Joe, you were right all along. Oh, what a surprise. Everyone makes butthurt decisions. 100% hoops, 100%. I don't want to do that. Tom Green for Brownlow. Brownlow. I don't know what happened to me there. Tom Green for Brownlow starting him.
Yeah.
Could very well.
We'll see.
He needs more goals, though.
I think there's a few players there, and I don't think Tom Green is as impactful as he needs to be to get the Brownlow. I think he's a bit of a Ben Cunnington workhorse, going to do really amazing things every week. But when you've got the Bont and a few of these other players in your team, I think Toby Green would take points off him, to be honest. They'll say, oh, look, he's really flashy. He scored some goals and things like that. And your pure clearance players are fantastic in Supercoach, but I just don't think they really get selected that much.
Not even just Toby, even like Kelly, for example.
Yeah, he has a good couple of games.
Or Canelio, like if they start to torch players on the outside, like I can totally see, like even against like you guys in West Coast, I can totally see Kelly.
Oh yeah,
maybe
Tom Green's not getting points.
Yeah, Tom Green might get one or two.
Jesse Hogan will get one because he'll score 6 in a row or something. Six goals in a game versus us or West Coast, and then look, he'll get the 3 points from that week. It won't be Tom Green with the 12 clearances,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Harry, rate my mid. Bont, Libba, Parrish, Martin, Berry, McKercher, Hustwaite, Sanders. McKercher, Hustwaite. Yep, cool. Berry is a fourth rookie.
See, I think you need to, for this midfield Harry to be good, I think you need to get rid of like one of the rookies and keep Berry as a M6. I think it's I don't think that the midfield's deep enough. If you've got Martin, let's say you've got Martin, and I don't think it's Dusty Martin. I think it's Nick Martin, right? If you've got Martin there at M5,
Yeah, of course not.
and at M4, like he's got what? Bont, Libba, Parrish. He's got him at M4.
Yeah, that's very light on.
That's 5 boosts you've got to spend to finish your midfield. It's too much.
Yeah, you'd need to flip one of Berry, McKercher, Hustway, Sanders, like one of those spots in the side to get another mid. If it can be an Uber premium if you'd like, but
Even
if
like
you're
a
really
Wines
strict
or a
for cash,
Crouch.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Like
sub 500k players, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like don't. The big thing is Luke Jackson is really going to diversify and polarize the scene this year because there's going to be so many players coaches, but we say players, but so many Supercoach players that say, cool, I'm going to give up a Wines, a Crouch or someone to get someone like a Luke Jackson in. And they're losing points and potentially costing them more in terms of upgrades by starting him than actually not starting him. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What did he say? What's 12 hoops said for 10 weeks?
Oh, no, he held Oliver for 10
Oh,
weeks.
yeah, that's hoops. You should change your name to 10 hoops.
10 weeks, change your name.
To 10 hoops.
Oliver, 10 weeks.
Oh, hell no. Green is mid. Parrish for Charlie going to average 115. Charlie?
Oh, Charlie, is that
the Brownlow?
That's called
Charlie? Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I know Norm is for Norm Smith. I
Hmm.
don't know why. I thought Charlie was Coleman.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Supercoach 2024 win-loss with 6 starting. We should do some predictions videos before the season starts.
6 starting forwards. Starting 6 forwards. What, you mean like Uber forwards?
Or like not Uber forwards.
What's an Uber forward today apart from Jackson
Machida.
and so what? You're gonna go Jackson, Flanders, Machito,
Yeah.
That's
Zach
3.
Bailey's got to be in there.
Zach Bailey, Zach Fisher.
No, and Jesse Hogan.
Hogan season, yes. Hogan, 100%.
That's only like 2.5 million. You could do that.
Yeah, no.
You're just missing out on like who's your bench? Sexton and
Wilson.
is there any other forwards that you have to pick? So Sexton and maybe Cadman, and then you just pick like 6 rookies in the forward line, mid prices in the forward line. We should do a team with it just for fun.
Team of 6 forward. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Round 0 correction. Luke Jacko ruins my structure. I think Nick Dacos and Bont will finish 1 and 2.
Yeah, my prediction, if I was a betting man, and I don't like to bet because I generally lose all my money, but I think Nick Dacos is going to win because the AFL is going to orchestrate it. I really think they're going to be like, cool, Nick Dacos didn't win last year because he was injured, even though the Bont didn't win. I do think they're going to try and orchestrate it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
Anything I can help?
All right. Guys, who's your prediction for the game? We've probably got maybe 10 more minutes or so of the stream, and then we'll obviously let you guys watch the game, and maybe we'll watch the game, we'll do some recording, and then we'll all watch the game. So, yeah, see how we go. But who's your prediction? Who is going to win, Melbourne or Sydney?
I think most people were saying freaking Melbourne.
Were they?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
You reckon Sydney going to win? I reckon Melbourne win. Because Clary has to win the Brownlow this year. In his revenge tour. I reckon Melbourne win because I think the SCG
D's 115?
Yeah, I got the D's by 8.
Okay.
Which is dead set in the middle of that range. 7 in the. I'm gonna reckon. I reckon that Melbourne win by 8. I'm going Melbourne because the SCG is narrow, and Melbourne's backline is the defining feature of Melbourne, and they don't like being cut open. So I think Melbourne with the narrower ground, it suits their play style. They've got Gawn rucking by himself. I reckon Gawn beats Grundy in the ruck. I think Sydney. I think Sydney's midfield is weaker. They don't have obviously Parker, Taylor Adams, Mills. They're going to be relying on some youth to carry them through this game.
Well, they have to because all the senior players are injured.
Exactly. And I think as a result, Melbourne's more experienced, dynamic, powerful midfield will get the jump on them.
Look, Sydney home ground advantage.
That home ground advantage doesn't suit them.
Maybe. We'll see.
I think that home ground advantage is going to suit Melbourne more than Sydney.
Okay.
See, Melbourne won twice last year. This year, no idea. And Sydney beat Melbourne at the MCG in that final. Again, wider. You can use the space. They're good key position defenders at Melbourne.
Okay.
They're not the fastest at ground level. So I think when it comes to the spread, you can beat Melbourne on the spread if you attack their defensive 50 wide. They can't adjust as quick, but because it's a narrower ground at the MCG, at the SCG, I'm going Melbourne. What do the bookies say?
Quickly
197. Oh, I've got Sydney as favourites.
Yeah, just by a little bit though, not by much.
That's essentially a coin flip.
Yeah. Who do you guys have for Brisbane Carlton up next? We'll go through these four and then we'll head off. Brisbane Carlton. Who do we have?
I have at 4.
Yeah.
And Sydney at 7. So I'm tipping these. What does he mean by at 4?
Maybe like, yeah. I'm not sure.
Is this odds? Is this betting, gambling?
Yeah.
I'm not gambler.
Brisbane Carlton. Who's your pick?
Oh,
And
Brisbane.
we'll revisit these before.
Brisbane.
You reckon Carlton's not going to come out and be like, no, we're Carlton.
Carlton's
Kick like 80 goals?
No. Carlton,
Right? Okay.
Carlton are fucked. I'm sorry. I know Velo's in here, and he's a Carlton man, but even he says, I mean, they got a lot of injuries. It's not because they're no good. It's because Brisbane are full strength and Carlton are not.
Yeah.
And plus they're playing at the Gabba. They were undefeated last year at the Gabba, the Brisbane Lions. So sorry, Velo, it's definitely Brisbane.
Okay. Brisbane. Yep, I reckon too. They've done very, very well in the preseason games and haven't even looked like
40 pluses,
Haven't even
Anthony.
looked like
Holy shawarma. That is big.
All right. So next up we have Gold Coast Richmond. Does Tim Hardwick have a bit of a vendetta against his old team? I've actually seen a few people pick Richmond for this game. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if like changes anything major, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people pick them.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I honestly thought Gold Coast were going to win easily because I thought Richmond were going to be shit. But Richmond looked really good in the practice games, which makes me think that they're going to be shit in the regular season. So I'm going to say Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, yeah. I think Gold Coast as well for me. I just think they'll do well. I think it's at home.
Yeah.
And they'll do well at home. Gold Coast are always those teams that will have like a really good first couple of games and then they just fall off. And it's up to Dimmer Hardwick to really get that going and then going for the whole season. So hopefully he does.
If there's no Nankervis, you'd expect Witts to win the tap.
Witts is going to smash them.
And Witts is going to tap the ball down to that wonderful midfield.
It's actually a good matchup, like Sam Naismith versus Witts. Because they're both tall players and they both don't do much else around the ground. So,
yeah, but Witts is like the Eureka Sky deck, bro. How cool
I guess so. I guess so. And then the last one, Giants Collingwood. So they have Giants as the
as a favourite.
I don't know what this name is. Ingenie Stadium.
Engie. I don't
Yeah.
know. It used to be Monica.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe they got a new sponsor. And I think no. They're not playing in Canberra. I think they're playing in GWS. In Sydney. Monica's still Monica. I think they're just playing in Sydney. So who's your guys' pick for GWS Collingwood? That's the big one. If Jen was in the chat, she'd roast us and say, why you not pick my Collingwood?
I picked Collingwood in the stream on Monday.
Yeah.
But Collingwood have nothing to prove. They're in the premiers. They can start slow.
Yes.
GWS hate them. They're
GWS
feeling salty.
They need a big season too.
GWS have gotten better, I think, in this off-season. So have Collingwood, though. They've added Lockie Schultz. This is genuine coin flip. Genuine coin flip. They don't have Jeremy Howe. They're going to play Charlie Dean. First game against Jesse Hogan, Cadman. Could be tough. Toby Green's a very smart operator. I think GWS's midfield is better, and I think their rucks are better because they've got Briggs as well, who's not going to be banged up like he was in the prelim. You know what? I'm going to go Giants.
Yeah.
I'm changing my mind. I'm going Giants on this one.
I picked Giants to start with.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be our run. You guys have got 5 or so minutes before the first of the round 0 games. Round 0 games start, and we'll see you guys on Monday for the live stream. Check out our stuff. Smash the sub button. Smash the likes. We're trying to get to 2K as quick as we can, and hopefully tell your friends and subscribe to Fancast because we'll be on there in a couple of episodes. So
100%. So get on board, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good one. That's a good turnout for an impromptu Thursday.
And I didn't even post on Facebook saying the stream was on. So
why did you not do that?
Oh, I was in the car, just doing the ride home. You guys should know what's on.
He's letting us down.
Yeah,
he's letting us
we'll
down.
Catch you on Monday, guys. Have a good weekend.
100%.
Go Supercoach.
Cockroach.